Hello, my friends. Just hanging out with my doggies here, and I thought I'd do a little snow angel kind of thing. I have to be very careful about lying down though, because there's frozen ice underneath. So I couldn't drop myself back the way I used to. Little snow angel. Just a little refreshment needed to jolt my system and acclimatize to all the stresses and stuff that we're going through. I'm only staying down here for a while because it's like it turns into water way too fast, and I don't have a lot of means for a lot of changing to be done, but hang on, let me just pull this up here. But just a little refresher, just to welcome this beauty, to welcome all the layers that are beneath what we perceive, and to communicate with the deeper and higher self that I personally believe, and many others do, that we're being purposely or not purposely, and maybe both, perhaps both, we're being held back from what and who we truly are always. Like, I think, looking back in history, in many ways, many different purposes, reasons, but generally speaking, whether it's just war, we get held back from our potential, spend all our time, all our ingenious on war machines and stuff. And I think it's about time we wake up out of that specifically. So these are reasons. I remember I was down at the corner store, and a wonderful lady asked me when I was talking about, braving minus 36 out in the shed in my little heated womb room. And she said, she looked at me like, "You fucking weirdo." And she said, "Maybe you need something else to focus on, another purpose." And I didn't bother going on about it because I knew I had deeper purposes, and that what I was doing wasn't comprehended by this person, and that's fine. And I just knew it wasn't even worth going into. But for those of us that get it, we're finding ways of waking up to a deeper level of meaning, a deeper purpose, a deeper value, and reason for living, even. So there's many ways of doing that. I don't know all of them, that's for sure, a little fraction. I really enjoy Wim Hof's method. I enjoy listening to many different people as well. Oracle Girl, Dr. Jacqueline Hobbs. I pick tidbits from everywhere. Meditations, practices, diets, you name it, there's all kinds of ways, and we're only just scratching the surface and opening these portals to new levels of self. But they are, rest assured, they are there. Just like my dogs perceive a different reality than I do. There's overlaps. They have different senses, so our perceptions are limited to our senses, or are they? They are somewhat limited to our senses. And then some of us have the ability to break out of that, whether it's going through the crucible and chrysalis stages, so small controlled stresses that break us out of old patterns. That's definitely one that I noticed big time. And then, of course, in my case, Raven leaving in the physical after us being together for 38 years, a very intense soul-based, heart-based relationship. And that jolted me. So you could say 50-50 or something. Blessing and a curse. Never welcome it upon myself, obviously. But Raven and I both recognized the wisdom in what was happening, and knew it was something we had to go through for something much bigger than our own personal selfish desires. for just comfort, for just enjoyment. There's a lot more to life than that. If you look back at the people that are remembered, for example, Nikola Tesla, died penniless, hungry, rejected, ignored, fucked around with, and yet we remember him as one of the greatest minds ever. This happens a lot. If you look back into things, it's only in hindsight that people go, oh, wow, that was a really valuable person. At the time, they were swept up in the narrative at the time. Like with Tesla, I'm sure people just bought the story, and the news said, hey, this is evil. And as we all know now, they believed it was evil because Tesla was trying to offer a free energy. And that wasn't going to work. It's the same thing, folks. It's the same thing. Same controllers, different names, different faces. I don't know what it takes for people to wake out of certain aspects of this jail. But it's all around us. The clues are everywhere. And it's really, the ball is in your court. It's up to you. You do what you want. It's your freedom. And I respect everyone's choice. The biggest thing that hooks me is just the children that are hooked and caught in the middle of things, who do not choose and do not make a choice. And then anyways, I won't go on about that. That's where I get hooked. Defenseless children. Children always get the brunt of the mess. It just always seems to be that way in war, everything. So, but anyways, these are my ways of staying connected, staying clean energetically, good house cleaning practices. And that doesn't mean that I don't fall off the wagon often, but I find that off and on is actually what that little interface, if I study it after I have fallen off and then go back on, I lose a bit of calm. You can't stay consistently in a little meditative, calm state all the time. You have to, as far as I have experienced, flitter in and out at least to be able to look at one position from the other and then the other from the one. It's all good. And that's actually a trap that a lot of us get caught in. A lot of my friends as well, they get into an alone, lonely kind of state where they just can't move. They're frozen emotionally and they feel like they've failed. They've fallen off that good place they were a week before, and that's not failure. I see it as wisdom, flexibility. Just work on loving yourself. That's what I've found is whenever there's something where I'm just messed up over, there's some part of me that's not loving some part of me. Always. So I work on that. And for me, I use the Ho'oponopono Hawaiian prayer. At the moment, that's what works the best for me. And I have a very specific one. I have posted it. Perhaps I should post it again. If you want me to post it, ask me to post it. It's not just any Ho'oponopono. It's one that I just found worked. And it was very, very thorough. So if you're interested, let me know and I'll private message you or something, or I'll post it again. But stillness is absolutely full and empty at the same time. Wow. I got a bunch of stuff to do. I've got some gas containers full of gas to take from my car at the road. Bring it down here, and it's ice, so I'm going to try to take my little side-by-side over the ice, and possibly it might grip enough. And I just won't go up the hill because I think I'll slide down if I go up, try and go up. So that's what I'm going to do right now, bring that stuff in and just start getting things prepared and ready for some work that I have tomorrow. I have a trade with a friend who did a whole bunch of work on my website over the last year and a half, 2 years. So I'm doing it. My first soul print in 2 months. It'll be nice. Just connect with someone that I haven't seen for a long time and see where that goes. But I just wanted to put this out there, connect with everyone, tell everyone I love you. Doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on or perception of the side of the fence. We're all playing an important part in our human growth. I really do believe this. And that's that aspect of how we are so much more than we know ourselves to be. And I think when we get stuck in opposites and divisions, it's our caterpillar self that's dying in the death struggles and can only perceive in a divisive way something that is completely the opposite, if there's such a thing. That we're connecting deeper into a deeper level of being and awareness, that if we stay on the sidelines of the perceptions of the caterpillar, the old self, we see division, and it manifests on that dimension as division. So anyway, enough of my blabbing on. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.